Good day, ma'am. Good day, classmates. I am Aliyah Taktay, together with Miss Cabanada, Miss Ragojo, Miss Mendoza, Miss Fontiveros, Mr. Lasquite, and Sarmiento. And we are the Group 3. And our topic for our reporting is moral courage.
So what is will? Will, the faculty of choice or decision, as it has traditionally been defined, is the will, which is how we choose what actions we will take. The will is naturally regarded as the point of which we exercise our freedom of action, our control over our actions as a decision-making faculty. Ang will ay ang namamahala sa ating mga desisyon. Kumbaga sa will, nagsisimula kung gagawin ba natin ang isang bagay o hindi. Halimbawa nito ay mayroon tayong kalayaan na mamili sa kung ano ang gagawin natin. Dahil ngayon sa will, ito ang may control sa bawat actions na gagawin natin.
Will is the power of the mind to decide, do, and make things happen. If you really want to do something, you will find a way to do it, even if there are things that make it hard to do. It means that if you want something enough, you'll find a way to make it happen.
Differentiate knowing and actually executing a good moral decision. Knowing how to make a good decision is not equivalent to executing a good moral decision. Just as talking is not walking, one must know and execute or walk the talk, and practice what one preaches, in order not to be considered as hypocrite. Knowing is just having or gaining the knowledge about what is a good moral decision. No actions are done in knowing, because it is just on the person's mind, while executing good moral decision means you are doing what's on your mind.
So, dito naman na tayo sa key elements. First, we have understanding moral principles and values. When we say understanding moral principles and values, ito yung pagkakaroon ng malinaw na understanding of what is considered right or wrong in terms of ethics and morality. It enables individuals to make ethical and moral decisions that align with their personal beliefs and values. For example, alam mo nang mali ang pagkuha ng hindi sayo pero ginawa mo pa rin kunin yung mga bagay na hindi sayo. Second is knowledge of the situation. Knowing the specific context and details of a situation is important to make a well-informed decision, providing a broader perspective and a complete understanding of the situation. For example, if merong taong trying to make a decision tungkol sa situation kung saan merong isang tao na binubuli. And having a knowledge of the situation, maintindihan mo yung background ng bully and the victim. Next is overcoming personal bias and emotion. Personal bias and emotion can cloud judgment and make it difficult to execute a good moral decision. It is important to be aware of this bias and emotion and strive to make decisions that are not influenced by them. Example, ang pagiging bias sa race, religion, or gender sa paggawa ng isang good moral decision. Another example is pagkakaroon ng emotionally attachment sa isang tao. Next is willingness to take action. Making a good moral decision often requires taking action, even if it's uncomfortable or has a negative consequence for oneself or others. It's important to remember that doing what is right is not always easy or convenient. Example is whistleblowing sa korap na politiko, na maaaring masira yung pangalan ng isang politiko and the same time pwede ding malagay sa panganib yung buhay mo. Another example is helping someone in need, even it means sacrificing your own time and resources. And the last one is accepting consequence. Being prepared to accept the consequence of one's action and willing to learn from them is important in making a good moral decision. For example, alam mo na ngang masama ang magnakaw pero ginawa mo pa rin, so dapat willing kang i-accept yung consequence ng action mo to learn from it. So overall, these are some of the key elements to take into account when considering both knowing and executing a good moral decisions. It's important that all of these elements are interrelated and that good moral decisions depend on how we can balance these elements.
In every decision we make, there is always a will and a reason behind it. So, Why will is important as reason? Of course, we need to define first what is reason. According to Thomas Aquinas, reason is the inborn intelligence that guides the will in choosing a good end and the most reasonable choice. Thus, the will is presupposed to be dependent on reason. In short, reason ang nag-guide o nag-uudyok sa will in order us to make a good decision. Through reason, one is able to understand how one should behave in respect of other beings around him. It basically say na ito yung nagbibigay daan upang makarelate properly ang isang tao with others. Whereas, the will is the faculty of the mind or yung capacity for thoughts, which chooses the desire from among the various desires present during a decision making. Ibig sabihin, ang reason ay parang command. Ito yung nag-guide sa atin to make a right decision o ito yung basis natin to make a will or makagawa ng action according to our will. Also, feelings ay importante rin sa reason. Gumagawa tayo ng decision depende sa feelings natin. Halimbawa na lang yung sitwasyon na katulad dito. Naawa ako kahit ayokong tulungan. Naawa lang ako kaya ako nagawa ang isang bagay na yun. Or pwedeng, natatakot lang ako kaya nagawa ko iyon. Yung reason na kahit hindi mo gusto, pero dahil may reason behind that, na kailangan mong gawin, gagawin mo pa rin siya. So, kumbaga, hindi lang sapat ang reason lang. Hindi lang sapat na feelings lang, or combination ng dalawa. Kailangan din yung will mo. Gusto mo din yung decision na yun. Lagi nating tatandaan na ang will ay nakadepende lagi sa reason. The strength of the will lies in its utility in living a free life. Once it's developed and strengthened in a systematic way through self-discipline, it is called the will power. Self-discipline is will's capacity to give up instant pleasure for higher or better goal. It is will's openness to be guided by reason. Self-discipline, ito yung power natin kayang i-give up yung desire natin for higher goal or higher purpose. Ito yung willingness natin na i-obey yung reason. It also enables the reason to provide enough and right basis for the will to choose from. It is the will's getting good direction and end from reason. It is the self-regulation or self-control that manifests interdisciplinary work of reason and will. In conclusion, both reason and will must work together in order to achieve the goals or the desired decision. If they work separately, they could weaken each other and the person himself.
How to develop willpower. Lahat ng tao ay may kakayahan na pumili, mag-isip at magdesisyon para sa kanilang mga sarili. Kung ano ang kanilang ninanais, with a positive mindset na dapat taglayin natin ay malaking tulong sa ating willpower. Mental training happens as a reason regularly disciplines. The will, it develops willpower through active self-discipline and goal setting because it can bring an enormous benefits.
What is moral courage? Moral courage is often tested every day we're living life as accordance with moral principles. So, ito ay ang ating lakas ng loob na kumilos para sa mga kadahilanan at sa kabila ng mga masasamang pwede nating kahinatnan. Kailangan natin ng lakas ng loob, para malampasan natin ang kahit na anumang pagsubok. So, these are ways to develop moral courage by practicing this following. Okay? So, number 1, moral awareness. It is being able to recognize moral situations and moral dilemmas that involves conflicts between good and bad, moral values or principles, goods and evils. Okay? Ito ay ang kakayahan nating makita o malaman kung ano ang mabuti at masama. Okay? At bigyan natin ng halaga ang bawat aspeto ng isang desisyon na dapat nating gawin. Okay? So number 2, self-discipline. It is practice of self-regulation, self-control, and balance. Moderation and rejection of instant physical satisfaction or personal benefits for lasting and intellectual of spiritual goals, self-discipline, and how to execute a good rational decision. So dito, inaalaw niya tayo na mas mag-focus sa mga goals natin, okay? Parang self-discipline is like those aspiring people na nag-workout, okay? The more they train, the stronger they become, okay? Number 3, perseverance. It is the inner strength to focus all the energies and behaviors towards a moral goal until it is accomplished. Okay? So ito yung tumutulong sa atin para mapalakas ang ating loob na kahit mahirap ang ating pinagdadaanan ay kaya pa rin natin itong malampasan at kaya pa rin natin makamit kung ano man yung mga gusto natin sa buhay. Okay? Number 4, constant practice. It makes a difference and makes perfect. Thinking, knowing, and planning is far different from doing. Okay? So example nito, do what you want. Live your life. Okay? Gawin mo kung anong gusto mo. Okay? Live your life as you want. Huwag kang magpapapekto sa mga sinasabi ng ibang tao sa'yo. Okay? Don't meet their expectation para lang matanggap ka nila. Okay? Number 5, making a difference. It is a nature of moral courage. Para mas i-improve ang pamumuhay natin at para mas magkaroon tayo ng lakas ng loob para ipaglaban kung anong nararapat at kung ano ang tama. Okay? Because moral courage is the best practice by offering regular services to others. Dahil it eventually leads to self-denial and selflessness. Okay? A true overcoming and reinventing of oneself. Okay? So number 6, emulating Bacon's of moral courage. It is the recognition of the fact that people normally learn from models and heroes and known people who they greatly admire and respect. Okay? So, itong mga to, nai-inspire sila ng mga iniidolo nila at kung ano man ang napapanood nila na gumagawa ng mabuti at na-apply nila ito sa pang-araw-araw nilang pamumuhay. Okay? Number 7, instituting cultures that support moral courage. It is opening all levels of communication, every policy and procedure made should be communicated well in order to institutionalize culture of support for ethical practices such as moral courage. Number 8, advocating peer support. It is ensuring that all those who exercise moral courage must get proper support from their peers and leaders. Okay? Kailangang may sumusuporta sa iba para lalong ma-boost yung kanilang moral courage. Okay? Para mas may lakas sila ng loob at mas maging confident sila sa anumang gusto nilang gawin. Yun lang po. Thank you.